right, good morning and welcome to your day. Cup of Joe with Joe, yours truly, Joe Delgado, Indestructible Me. Glad that you're here, glad that you're listening. I'm here to get you prepared for the day, weather any storm, get you going, get you getting active. Hopefully get you into the right mindset and attack life and do great things. If you're new to my channel, please check me out. Again, Indestructible Me without the I. And check me out. Let me know what your thoughts, feelings, if this helps you, this doesn't help you. That's all I want to do is just help you out. And this show is essentially trying to get you ready for the day with a mindset. I'm going to talk about a lot of things that are just on my mind. And while I'm drinking some coffee, getting ready for the day, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. My watch is clearly wrong. But yeah, it's 5:04 a.m., January 8th. And I've been up since 4. Gotta let my dog out. I wanted to talk about today about some adversity. Don't sweat the small stuff is something that I have thought about for a while now. And this was actually going to be my original, instead of Indestructible Me, I was going to promote this idea of, don't sweat the small stuff. This is how essentially what I've lived my life on, the basis of my life. And not the whole entire time. In the very beginning, I struggled. Yeah, my mom died when I was younger, 4 days before my 11th birthday. Dad was never really around. Dad died when I was a little bit older. And then I didn't really have that great sibling relationship and extended family. Grew up in a poor household, all that type of stuff. So I kind of carried this baggage around for a while and made excuses. I can't do that. I won't have a good relationship. I won't be able to do this. I won't be able to do that. I can't handle social interactions because of all of this, anxiety and all this other type of stuff. I'm a very anxious person, which a lot of people don't even believe. And I tell people blatantly honest on how, truthful about a lot of bad things about myself. Because I just know who I am. But I also know, how to not have it affect me, or to at least, get over it and ignore it. Fake until you make it. And it's all, it's adversity, whatever, overcoming that. And one would have to ask, well, how do you overcome that? What's the science behind overcoming adversity, getting through that bullshit? Because at the end of the day, I talk about all this toxic energy, this bad information that's spewed out in the world. There's people that are enabling just bad stuff, reducing your ability to produce. Go after it. Get your dreams. Everyone's telling you and being the advice giver and telling you a bunch of bullshit that they don't even know is true or not. And they're telling you because that's what they've been told. And they're broken themselves. They don't know financial independence. They don't know how to sell. They don't know how to run businesses. They don't know how to be happy, fulfilling, healthy, and all that stuff. So you're getting information spewed out from people that are getting their information spewed out from other people that's not been, proven track record, and all this type of stuff. So overcoming all of that, the worst part is you have to overcome your doubt. What you're telling yourself, what the hate that you're probably pushing onto yourself. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. It's not worth it. I'd rather be a couch potato and watch TV, because it promotes socialness and all that type of stuff. So don't sweat the small stuff to me is that regardless what it is, can't sweat it. I recently actually just experienced a loss. One of my friends, decided to end his life 2 days before Christmas. And, it was really difficult for me. But at the end of the day, I have to keep on moving forward. I have to keep on going, trucking along. And I tell this to a lot of people, especially people that have dealt with death. Death sucks. It's probably the worst thing that we have to go through. But at the end of the day, if your heart's still beating, your life is still there. You got to go out there. And I actually turned it into more energy. I need to, he ended his life. I needed to be that voice. I need to be, so I want to go out there and be loud enough where if anyone else is struggling through that, they can hopefully get inspired, reach out to me. I'll try to help them as much as I possibly can, because I think that's, we need more people trying to spread happiness, positive, better behaviors than all the bullshit that I just mentioned earlier, what we have going on in our life. So don't sweat the small stuff to me is that whatever it may be, you got to be okay with it. Don't sweat it. I got a boo-boo yesterday. I had a piece of glass from my Apple Watch literally stab me into my finger. It was kind of painful. Still is. It's throbbing. I hate nail injuries. It's just the worst. It gives me that creepy feeling. But I can't sweat it. Got to keep on moving forward. Can't allow this to affect me on exercise, which is going to be a pain in the ass. This is my finger that I write with, so every time I write my goals down, all that type of stuff, it's gonna hurt. Can't complain. Gotta move on. Gotta keep on going. Gotta eliminate time out of the equation and try to accomplish my goals and move as fast as I possibly can. Don't sweat the small stuff. And what I mean by that, small stuff is everything. Can't sweat it. Gotta keep moving forward. So how do you do that? What's the proven track record? Before I really want to, explain that, I want to share a quote from J.K. Rowling. If you don't know, Harry Potter. I'm a little bit of a nerd, but I'm not a Harry Potter nerd, I guess. I haven't even finished the series. Don't hate me. I'm working on it. But one of my favorite quotes she says is, it is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. You fail by default. Do you want to fail life by default? That just makes me, that gets my blood pumping so much to hear that. Do you just want to fail life? Is there a failure to life or winning? I think there is, kind of, right? If you're just broken, if you don't accomplish your dreams, if you don't go after it, I think that's failing. We were able to accomplish so many things in life. We're humans. The human capacity is still not able, we haven't still been able to actually see the far reach of human capacity. So whatever your dreams, your ambitions, whatever you want in life, it can be done. If Kevin Hart said at a conference I went to, growth conference, if you dream it, if it goes up in here, that means that's telling your body that's possible, that it can be done. So go and do it, whatever it may be. So why I say that quote, especially when I'm talking about don't sweat the small stuff and talking about adversity, is because the way to overcome all that, to don't sweat the small stuff, is because failing, right? You got to get comfortable with failing. in order for you to be able to move on through bad situations, bad shit, bad things that are going through your life, roadblocks, adversity, the bullshit that's gonna punch you in the face, knock you on the ground, kick you in the dirt. In order for you to get through that quicker, be more agile, punch back, fight back, is to get yourself into more situations that's going to cause that to happen. Joe Rogan once said, he loves struggling. And once he said that, I was like, I'm the same way. I hate it during it. Same thing like exercise. It's the same thing with exercise. If you've never worked out before and the first time you exercise, it's going to suck. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. It's going to be exhausting, make you tired, sweat, out of breath, all this type of stuff. But as you do it, it's going to improve. It's the same thing with adversity. You got to strengthen that muscle. You got to strengthen your ability to be agile, punch back, fight back. You got to strengthen that, and how you do that is you got to take risks. You got to jump in. You got to go after it. You got to continue pushing through life. You got to build your life to what you want it to be. Talk about this all the time. I talked about it yesterday. Do you want to live someone else's life, or do you want to live your life? I want to live mine. So Joe Rogan was like, I love struggling because every time I struggle, I just know that I'm getting better. I'm becoming a better father. I'm becoming a better husband, business person. I'm getting stronger with exercise, nutrition. I talk about fasting all the time. Sometimes I struggle through that. Great. Awesome. Embrace the trouble. Embrace the hardship. Because once you get through it, you're going to be more resilient. You're going to be stronger. You're going to be more resilient and more tolerable to adversity. So that's the key. You got to fight adversity with adversity. Whatever has gone in the past, in your past life, I guarantee you, if you start getting out there, becoming more vulnerable, putting yourself out there, you're going to overcome that. It's going to be nothing. And unfortunately have dealt with death tons of times in my life. So when it does happen, unfortunately, I have experience. I know how to handle my emotions and handle that in a lot better fashion than what if I never have done it. It's experience. Overcoming adversity is experience. So you gotta have experience with doing it. So you gotta get out there. You gotta start taking risks. Maybe you do baby steps. Get yourself vulnerable. Putting yourself out there. Maybe you get a little bit loud on social media, not in a bad way. You use social media as a tool, not as a goof off or a hateful thing. Or it doesn't matter. Work, ask for more of a workload, even though that, you're getting paid, way too less for what you're doing now. Work harder. That's always helped me out. If you always put yourself into situations that are going to make it more difficult for you, once you get through it, you have to push. That's why you have to build yourself up to it. Obviously, do baby steps maybe if you have to, or if you need radical changes in your life and all that type of stuff. You gotta. If you're just like, I'm gonna just jump right in. These situations could be a ton of different things. It could be, through work, more of a workload. Let's say you're at home, you're doing everything's good, but you're still being bogged down by, past experiences and all that jazz. So maybe you add on a business venture onto everything. Or you get a dog. Like me, I got a dog. I got it to, improve myself. I always do, if I do anything, it's usually always to improve myself. Add on the workload, because if I can handle doing more things, then I know that in the future me is going to pay off. Work for free. Learn the concept of working for free, which is probably going to be another show. That's going to be a whole another topic, which is a great concept, working for free. Which, I mean, people are like, what? I'll never work for free. If you exercise, you're working for free. If you read a book, that's working for free. You're doing something now that you're not being compensated for, that hopefully later on is going to bring you some type of reward. Payment, better health, more creativity. That's with diversity. That's with this. That's with not sweating the small stuff. Getting yourself out there and strengthening that adversity muscle. That's working for free. Just know, there was a situation one time at work. Again, I worked in retail. So one day I woke up. It was early. It was a Sunday morning. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. I had to count inventory. So I spent a couple of hours counting inventory, and I was going through back everything and double checking my work. Variances is what it's called. And 5 minutes before we opened, I get an alert that I'm going to be short staffed that day. Typical retail, right? So, someone would literally be distraught, stressed, hateful. Oh, this always happens to me. And I threw my paperwork down, and I pretty much was going to I threw away hours of work. And I told the people that had decided to show up, I was like, you know what? We're going to have our best day ever. I love when bullshit like this happens. I thrive in it. We're gonna have an amazing day. It's gonna be, we're gonna break some records. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do a lot of great things today. And they just looked at me like, wow, like what's, are you on something? But deep down in me, in my mind, I was like, I always do good in stressful situations, bad environments. And I knew that if I attacked the situation in a positive light and a positive mindset, I'm gonna be happier. I'm gonna go through that situation just better, in a better mood. Which, I mean, you have a choice. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be upset? And I chose being happy. And guess what? We did have an amazing day. We did break records that day for what we were able to do normally on that particular day of the week in sales. And we did a lot of great things. We had great time doing it. We were slammed, and it was a great day. It was overall a great day. And that just works on the adversity muscle. Another reference in my life is that I had my dream car. I bought my dream car, and it wasn't something amazing or whatever. It was a 370Z. I loved that car. Anywho, I had it sitting in a parking lot because I was in a mall, and a utility truck, I wasn't in it, I wasn't driving, I didn't do anything. A utility truck ripped the bumper off, it clipped it on the front, and just pretty much ripped the whole front end off of the car. So I got done shopping. I went outside to go to my car, and my baby, my precious car, was literally dismantled. And I was like, what? And so I had that. A couple of days later, my credit card information was stolen. People were taking my card and buying Hooters, going to Target, Buffalo Wild Wings, and other states in the United States and America. They were buying a bunch of food, and then they try to buy a $2,000 purchase somewhere. That didn't go through. So I had that happen. A couple weeks later, my debit card, actual real cash, that information got stolen. It's like $800 in one night, gone. And I was sitting there at work after that happened, and I was like, yeah, this is great. You know, every time I turn around, I mean, bad things happen in 3, so I have to be done. Done with this cycle. I'm fantastic. Let's get over it. You know, it was at the end of a year. I think it was 2017. And I was like, let's go. You know, another couple of weeks, I'll be done with this, and I'm going to be good to go. And everyone just asked me, or said, like, well, you're, you know, handling this in a oddly positive manner. I was like, yeah, that's right. Because I have a choice to be happy or sad. Whatever is happening, I'm still living. I'm still thriving. I'm still going. I have the choice to be gleeful or happy. And I chose that. Regardless of what's happening, regardless of what it is, I'm going to choose to be blissful. Because I'm going to get through it no matter what. I'm going to get through it. And if I break down, suffer, and get upset, I don't learn. I don't get better. I don't improve anything. I'm pointing the finger at other things. This is the reason why this happened. This always happens to me. Quit that bullshit out. Just quit it out. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't add value to your life at all. So just cut it out. Quit it. Get rid of it. How can I learn from this? What can I do to prevent this in the future? How can I overcome this? Do I not know something about what this situation that created this? Can I do anything that's better? Is there anyone else that goes through this type of stuff? Can I learn from them? What can I do? Can I ask for help? Whatever it may be, those are all positive ways instead of pointing the finger and immediately shutting down. Adversity, it fucking sucks, but you got to get over it. That's the cold, hard truth. Adversity fucking sucks. Get over it. We all go through it. No one gives a shit about your problems. No one gives a shit about your past, your history. No, like it doesn't matter. The deaths that you had to deal with. No one gives a fuck about all my family that's died and all that bullshit that's gone through in my life. People care about what I do, what I can do, and all that, and all those good things. And that's what I try to focus on. I don't want to project my problems. My problems are my problems. And I don't want to dwell on that and shut down. The faster you can overcome adversity, the faster you can do a leap over it, the more you can resist it. You know, every day is a boxing match. You know, how can you fight? You know, are you jabbing, you upcutting? Like, what are you doing? How are you fighting? You got to be prepared for that. You got to embrace that. You can't resist the fight. That is life. We have to fight. Stand up every day and fight. How much of a fighter are you? How much of a fighter do you want to be? If you don't want to fight, then you're going to fail by default. You're going to fail life by default because you're not going to go out there in the trenches. You're not going to fight. You're not going to push, kick, claw, do any of that. That's part of a life. You got to embrace it. You got to embrace the lows with the highs. You can't enjoy the highs if you're not going through the lows. Yeah, if what goes up must come down. That's going to be constant through your life. What are you going to choose? Happy, miserable, positive, negative. What are you going to focus on? Obstacles, opportunities. What are those? Ask yourself every day. That has to be going. That's your new mantra. What are you thinking of? How are you going to get through it? What's going to be the thing that gets you through? What's your mantra? You can't let things dictate your path in life. Only you can prevent adversity, right? So that's the ticket. I hope that it can help you out, inspires you a little bit. Maybe whatever you're going through right now in life is bogging you down. COVID is making you depressed or something. There's so much hate in this world, and you can't deal with it. Those are external forces, right? So you either stand up and try to be a help in those forces, try to fix an issue of some sort, or you fail by default. I don't want to fail by default. That's cringe, whatever the kids say. That gets me, that gets underneath my skin when I hear that. Fail by default. I never want that to happen. And I don't want that to happen to you. Whatever you're going through in life, if you need someone to talk to, message me. Indestructible Me. You can email me, info@indestructibleme.com. That's going to be with the I with my email. I'll put it down below. But all my social media accounts, it's going to be Indestructible Me without the I. DM me, message me if you need help getting over anything, pushing through anything. But you got a choice, and embrace the fight. It's fun at times. And it's difficult at times, but the more difficult or more challenging something is, the better you'll be once you get through it. The stronger you'll be, the more resilient to adversity you'll be able to get through. Small things will stop bothering you, or big things even. Death, a loss, breakup, financial strain. You'll be able to push and resist. Become indestructible. I hope this finds you well. This is a longer one, but this is definitely important. I hope everyone needs to listen to this, because I think this is a major key alert. So if this provided you with some support, you enjoyed this, please share it out. Send it to someone else that needs to hear this, to better themselves. I'm going to be starting a podcast. And if you don't want to watch me and you just want to hear me, I'm going to be posting that. I'm going to be posting these shows on that as well. And I'm also going to be making this into a blog as well. So if you wanted to read, I just don't think you'll be able to get my enthusiasm through reading. You gotta hear my energy. You gotta hear my fists slapping against each other. But I hope this prepared you for the day. I hope this gets you started, it gets your fire burning, and gets you fueled to take on life's bullshit, and gets you fighting. Become indestructible. Follow, like, share. I hope nothing but the best for you in 2022. Have a great day and be great.